Okay, like seriously, social media has been buzzing. Like a whole lot is happening.
I feel like on social media we have lived like 2 weeks inside
Yes,
this
I
one
think we're
week.
actually like in our own Big Brother house. A lot is
You know,
happening
that
right
is true.
now.
That is true.
Seriously, like social
Should we
media
just
buzzwords.
should we just do like a whole
No,
social media
I
trend
actually
show?
think that is exactly what we're actually going to be doing because look, I think social media trends today. Let's just tell you guys what is happening.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Exactly. Anyways, this is our show, Chat Circle, and I am your host, Asian Good.
My name is Nana Abida. As you can see, I'm actually smiling and laughing because of my guest
Exactly.
just like how do we say it in Ghana? We like a concert, so gossip. We are here to gossip with you guys.
Yeah, we're going to have like a chill show this
Mm-hmm.
week. We're doing a full social media trend
Yeah.
segment. We do not have a main
We're
segment
actually
today
sharing with
because
you our highlight. Like
Mhm.
this week's
Yeah.
highlight is something you guys need to watch out.
Exactly.
So
We have
Asian,
personal highlights this
Asian, just
week
take us
that we
away. What
really.
story are we gossiping
All
about
right,
right
all right.
now?
Let's start. What we usually like to start with the serious things first, so let's start with that
There's
first.
nothing serious today. I'm
There
so
is
sorry.
now. Why are you
All right.
laughing? Stop laughing now.
I'm not a hater. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's start.
All right, the first story on our social media trends today is resident doctors embark on an indefinite strike. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors on Tuesday night, the 25th of July, declared an indefinite nationwide strike.
Yeah.
The president of the association, Dr. Orji Emeka Innocent, disclosed this during the National Executive Council of the association held in Lagos on Tuesday. He said that the strike will commence 12 midnight. According to Emeka, the major demands of the association are immediate payment of the 2023 Medical Residency Training Fund, immediate release of the circular on the one-for-one replacement, payment of skipping arrears, and upward review of commerce in line with full salary restoration to the 2014 value of the commerce. So it's really, really a lot that they not well, it's not really a lot that they're asking for. I'm thinking they're well within their right to
You
ask
know,
for these
I
things.
when I saw this story because I'm trying so hard to really nice the story right now because like when I saw this story I was like, okay, wait, teachers went on strike last year and now doctors like that one is even the worst part of it. Like
Exactly.
doctors
I
going
really,
on
really
strike.
hate when the
So now
doctors
I'm
go on
asking
strike.
myself, is it like all nationwide doctors? Are hospitals going to be shut down? Now, if doctors are going on strike, nurses can also wake up one day and say they're also going to go on strike. For now, they are the ones working. They're also doing stuff.
But these are the
my
resident
major
doctors, so we don't know what
Yeah.
is happening with
Yeah,
the,
but my
should I say,
major
the senior doctors?
concern is if
The health
resident
sector is
doctors,
going to
because most
suffer.
most of the time, main
They are the
doctors leave it
ones
for
who,
resident doctors to
exactly,
do
they're the ones who do the
almost
assisting
everything.
most of
Exactly. So
everything.
if resident doctors are saying they are going on strike, but my question brings down to why are we not giving what belongs to Caesar? Like,
See,
if you need to pay these guys, pay these guys. These guys are actually putting their life down. Let's take it all the way to COVID-19. How these guys really sacrificed for a lot of us. Most of them had sleepless nights.
There are certain sectors that I think should not be played with at all, and health is one of those. Like, it's
Very
fine
important,
when
like
students
number
go on
one.
strike and we'll laugh about it, go and marry, go and start a job. Like, that's all well and good. It shouldn't happen, but somehow it's all well and good. But you see, doctors, they should not have to go on strike.
Now, you guys were complaining that most of these doctors japa, like they travel outside. Most of you people complain.
See my face?
Now you're actually not going to be giving certificates when they are, but treat them right.
And not just to bring in another thing, it's not just the doctors. I saw that the NLC also is threatening to go on a strike. That's the labor union. I'm like,
it's crazy.
What is going to happen?
It's not funny anymore. I just think you guys should do what is due, because if this guy should go, because most of the time,
this is going to affect government hospitals.
I've been in situations where I've seen doctors will just come check and leave it for resident doctors.
Exactly.
The ones who basically do almost everything. So please.
And this is going to affect government hospitals. We all know that. So the private hospitals are still going to be open. But we also know that more than half the country cannot afford to be taken care of if they have emergency in a private hospital. So if we want to be real about it, the government hospitals do matter a whole lot. So I'm hoping that this indefinite strike does not last indefinitely, because it is not going to bode well for our health sector with the way everything is in every other sector. Our health sector cannot afford to be down at this moment.
Exactly. So you guys should actually do the right thing.
By you guys, are you talking to our viewers or the government?
Government, please
Because
do
you
the
cannot
right
call our
thing.
government, you guys.
Please do
Nana,
the right thing.
mind yourself. Anyways, the next story on our social media trends, and I know a whole lot of the youths are buzzing about this one, is the fact that last weekend, Big Brother Naija All Stars commenced. Play the drums.
Now, before we actually continue the story, which housemate were you actually surprised to see on that stage?
I was actually surprised to see Kid. You know, we kind of got an inkling about what was going to happen. Me, I had a source. If you are my source, hi. But my source did not update me.
On Kid.
You know yourself, on everybody.
Okay.
But then again, I was surprised personally to see Kid because I was like, I thought you are living the soft life. What are you looking for here?
I know, right? I was surprised to see Soma. Like, I felt like that badge was really deep. Like that was like way back, like after.
And you know, he also left early. Yeah. We'll talk about which season all the All Stars came from. But for me, why Soma also surprised me. I'm sorry to Soma fans because I saw some people on my TL like they know what he's been doing since. Soma, to me, immediately I saw him, I was like, who is this one again? Where did he come from? Like, I mean, I know Soma, but he hasn't been in
one of these
sitcoms. You said
sitcoms he's been doing, Siblings and I. Then also, I think he has a song also, but I don't know. His music career is not really as strong as most of them are.
But anyways, let's talk about, in case you have been under a rock this week and you do not know all the All-Stars that went into the house, let's talk about it. And also, I have to mention that the prize million this year is 120 million cash. Otale, money, ego. Okay. Anyways, these are all the housemates that entered. We had Cece from Double Wahala. We all knew Cece and the Wahala she gave Toby and, you know, that entire drama. So Cece is in the house. We also had Kid Wire from the Lockdown House. We know Kid as being the, you know, billionaire son, soft life. Yeah. He was paired up with Erica in his first season, that is. We also have Donyi from the just concluded Level Up season. She's been really doing well. I mean, she came out, she has a podcast that seems to be doing well. And I really liked her on the, I really liked her on the reunion, actually, the way she spoke and carried herself. So we also have Fraud from the Pepper Dem season. Fraud announced his wife is pregnant. Of course, we know that. He's married. You know, he's doing well. He has clubs and stuff like that. So yeah, we had Fraud. We also had Uriel on Gobe. I was very pleased to see her. Uriel, we all know Uriel. She's doing very well.
I felt like that was a really good second chance for her because
she left her
she
season.
wasn't really too confident in who she was.
And she left in the like middle, kind of close to
there was a lot of crying and sadness and stuff. So I think this was actually a good
one. But yeah, for those who love Big Brother, the queen of the diary room session is back. And then we had Perry from the Shine Your Eye season. I personally do not care for Perry. I didn't like him in his season, but I do understand that after he left the show, he's been doing amazingly. I mean, he's acting. He replaced somebody on TMZ, the Men's Club. I don't know if you watched that show. Yeah, and he's doing very well. I hear. I haven't watched it. So yeah, we also had Soma, which we have talked about. He was from the Gobe season, which is the second season that was done years after Ebuka's. So then we also have Princess from Double Wahala. I know we talked about Princess before we came on. Like, again, I was like, what is she doing here? I'm sorry to say this if you're a Princess fan. Like, I had forgotten about her. She is forgettable.
About her, but okay, just finish.
Yeah, she is very forgettable to me. I'm sorry. Then we had Neo from the Lockdown season. We all know Neo. I mean, he's going by New Energy now, and rightfully so. He was paired up with V in his own season, and I feel personally that Neo just skated through in his season and made it to the final. But that's my opinion. And then we had my girl, Alex from Double Wahala. I knew Alex was going to be there and I loved it. She's obviously doing very well. We had Shay from Pepper Dem season. And Shay came in and he announced that he's married and he had a son. That's something I didn't know
about the married part. I knew that he had a serious girlfriend relationship, but I didn't know about the married part. So I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I knew that he's been doing a lot in Nollywood. I didn't know about his personal.
For that one, I've been seeing a lot of movies.
So yeah, we also had the resident hot girl Angel from the Shine Your Eye season. She is back here to pepper you people again because I know they love to complain about Angel.
When I saw she and Cross, I was like, oh my God.
So yeah, we also have Ilebaye from the just concluded Level Up season. Ilebaye left, I think she was the first person to leave in her season, so we didn't
She
really
was
know
with
her.
what's this guy's name? Is it Jay something? I've
Mm.
forgotten his name.
Yeah,
He's-
I know the guy, but I
yeah.
can't. Yeah, she left very early, and the only time I really got to like experience her was the reunion that was almost just concluded. And I like the way, I don't know, I like the
was
way
okay. She
yeah,
alright.
she was alright. We'll see what she has for us, really. And then we had this
Ike.
one. This one, I was like, what is he doing here? Why? Ike or Ike, whatever he
Ike.
calls himself, who was from the Pepe Dem season, Messi AK season.
Mm.
And you know, Nana, when I saw Ike, I was like, I said, wow, Ike is here too. That Messi must be cackling wherever she is. I didn't even know that Messi herself was coming.
Exactly.
But anyway, we know Ike.
With her grand entrance, she couldn't even enter the gate at some point.
Anyways, we also have Adekunle from the just concluded Level Up season. Another person I do not really care for. I hope he improves his character and stops doing so in this season. And then we also have Venita, who was from the Pepe Dem season. Now, Venita in her original season was, you know that thing they do and bring extra housemates in her original season. Yeah, that's what she was. So I'm kind of surprised they brought her on, but I understand. Yeah, I mean, we know how she's doing, well, she acts and all that. And then we had our DJ Tolani Baj from the lockdown season. Yeah. This girl, I kind of like her, especially I like her clapbacks on Twitter, but I didn't really notice her in her season until after her season.
After her season.
Then we have Cross from Shine Your Eye season. I will not say on air what I think about Cross, but Cross did that house. I'm hoping that Angel will pepper him again and Sisi will also join. But Cross brother is in the house as well. And then after they unveiled all these other housemates, I didn't think winners were going to be invited to All Stars.
Me too.
I didn't think so.
I think that's what basically a lot of people are really surprised about. They feel like, okay, you won the money.
But in truth, I watch a lot of shows. I didn't think they were going to be there, but I do watch a lot of shows, and I know that All Stars they do bring in All Stars of audition. I mean, they bring
years ago, they actually brought almost people that actually won also.
Anyways, Mercy AK from the Pepe Dem gang, who won the first woman to win Big Brother Naija, she is on the show as well. And oh my God, that is how you make an entrance as an All-Star. Her entrance, if you do not see it, I hope we have the video playing now. But if you didn't see it, find it. She made an entrance. And then we had another winner, White Money from the Shine Your Eye season, who also came in. And yeah, I do not like White Money at all. I feel like after his season, he has been doing a little too much of these on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, White Money is also in the house. So, Nana, let's go. I know you've been watching since that day. Over to you.
Okay, I don't really have much to say, Sha. But then I think most of these housemates, seeing them on stage was pretty amazing. Let's talk about Alex. Like, you know, when you see certain people and you're like, whoa, we know we've been following you, we've been seeing what you're doing. But then we see you in a different space and we're like, wow, so much growth in one body. Yeah. So much, like, first of all, the way she came into the house, the way she carried herself, greeted everybody. Of course, she and CC, people were like, excited about it.
People were looking forward to see what their first interaction will be. And I really like the fact that CC reached out to her, like, you know, hugged her.
And the hugs and everything. And most of the housemates, just as she said, a lot of them are actually doing pretty well for themselves. From day one, from the wager, a lot of people, and I love the fact that, okay, Alex was the only lady who actually was part of the top 5 HOH that they thought, but then Adekunle actually won it. And I was really excited. Like, I was happy for him. I think in his level, he had a lot of bad image, and this is the time for him to actually show. Maybe, don't worry, with the
clean it up.
I feel like the second chances,
especially the reunion. The reunion did not do Adekunle any favors.
The second chances for a lot of people, I think, it's a good thing. Big Brother gave them that opportunity. I also love Uriel. I felt like she was way different from, because I had to go back to check out, like, okay, when the first game and everything. And the fights have already started, just as we said.
Okay, just before we talk about the fights, this growth that we're talking about from Alex is not just growth, like physical growth. No, it's actually mental growth. The way she carries herself. Like, I think for me, in all of them there, for me, so far, Alex is the one that I feel have shown the most growth in terms of that mental.
People are actually saying it. A lot of people felt like, okay, girl, you really grew. You
She
understand?
actually, you know, all those things that people will leave Big Brother and they'll say, I worked on myself. I went and saw, I did a therapist. Actually, Alex actually did the actual work. That's what I feel. I mean, I'm not saying that others didn't, but I'm just saying that hers is more noticeable.
Yeah.
Okay, the fights.
Okay, so most of the fights, for instance, I think that there was a first one I wanted to start with the whole Adequate and Mercy, but let's just put that one.
I
Wasn't
didn't know
really
they
like
had
a
a
fight.
fight.
It wasn't like a fight, but I think a little bit of misunderstanding. It was a wager wahala also at the same time. So now bringing down to CC and this one. So for those of who actually watched it, my concern about this actually started with the whole wager stuff. So now they felt like, okay, since you're already in the movie industry, then maybe
Is this in the movie industry?
No, Sissy actually said she went to New York's
the same film
Academy.
school, all of them go.
That's what she said. She actually, and a lot of us were super surprised. That was really a good one on her, being a lawyer and also in that category also. Then of course, so a lot of people felt like, okay, Alex, since you have an idea, and we didn't even know that Alex was behind most of the adverts we've been watching.
Yeah, I knew it.
So when it was given to
and her adverts, they make sense. Her adverts, I'm not going to put her adverts in the same category, but there are two people who are doing a lot in terms of adverts in Nigeria currently that I like is him and Basket Mount Company. Whatever Basket Mount is doing with adverts, it's top tier. But Alex, her adverts are not conventional.
No, Alex is more of a think out of the box person.
Exactly. Yeah. So
now a lot of the wager was given to them for them to script something. Imagine you scripting at 9. Telling everybody, okay, bring your ideas. And most of the housemates were even saying that, we are not really good at this kind of thing. We don't really have anything to say. Even during the diary sessions, they were all saying it. Then, on the 9th, which was on a Tuesday.
Is that the day they presented the wager, or they were just doing a rehearsal?
The presentation wager is on Thursday. It was on Thursday. So on Tuesday evening, they're trying to go through
a rehearsal.
Exactly. So that was when Alex read everything. And now for everybody to give their view, they said, oh, that's a nice one, but I think it's not. Then Sissy said there's no storyline. Like she was like, it's a very beautiful script you've written, but I can't feel the storyline.
Sorry, are they doing the wager as a group or are they divided?
Supposed to do it as a group.
Okay, because I saw something and they were like doing it based on your season.
It's actually a group thing, but then based on your season.
So all the double wahala people are doing their own. Yeah, all the shine your eye people are doing. So
everything you've
that means Sissy is with Alex and with Princess and with them. Who else was from?
Everything you've actually created, you bring it together as one.
Okay, I see. Oh, that's a nice way.
So Alex gave her view, gave the story. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is nice." Some people were like, "Oh no, but why don't you bring a twist?" So I think I went on Twitter. Most people were like, you guys basically saw this girl writing, doing everything. And when they were all doing that, Alex was quiet. She didn't say anything. I think it dawned on her the next day when they were still talking about it. So she said, okay, fine. If you're going to speak down on my stuff, why don't you bring in something? So I think that was where the whole snap thing came out with the whole CC. And it was like, everybody felt like, okay, then I think the part where she actually mentioned Uriel about, okay, contributing and everything. So Uriel actually supported CC. And that was how their whole fight started.
Uriel is not even from my season anyway to cut this long matter short. I feel like if you want to criticism is good, but if you want to critique someone, you have to offer another solution.
That was what Alex
like it doesn't really make sense.
For me, that was what I understood from her.
And I also think that Sissy did that whole thing just for content. And that's what she knows that the eyes on her and Alex to see how they act, knowing fully well that they had all those.
You started saying that you are missing your family, those kind of stuff. You're trying to play that pity card, and people were laughing that Alex did not cry. At the end of the day, you actually ended up crying. You understand?
The thing is,
and she was angry with Perry that Perry did not support her as a friend.
Why?
So
my thing is with this.
Perry has made a statement where he was trying to tell them that if anybody, why would people say Alex is trying to carry everything on her head? It's even normal when we're in secondary, when we're in school, when we have group, there's a particular person who wants to carry everything to make sure that everyone wins. So I just feel like this season, there's too much expectation on these two. People are expecting them to fight.
So she wants to give us the content. But I would rather, I know that people's eyes want to see that, but I thought about this and I'm like, I would rather see them bond in that house and shock us. Like, Sissy, I mean, you said she said it in the diary room that she gave the highlights of the show. I'm like, that's not.
She was already talking to someone.
That's not all-star behavior.
And then she said now Alex has been cancelled. Like she doesn't want to have anything to do with her.
Really?
I felt like
a week. You're not even in the house for how many days?
It didn't make sense to me because a lot of people had one or two misunderstandings. They hugged it out. They talked about it
and
hugged
moved
it out.
on.
But you don't want to. And to me, I feel like she's still living in the past. Because even in one of her diary sessions, Big Brother actually told her that stop living in the past. Move from it.
Like, whether she is living in the past or she thinks she's giving us content, I personally do not like it. I'm sure there are people that things like that is resonating with, but I personally see it as something that is not all-star behavior, because why must you can create your highlights without resurrecting.
She's not going to give anybody highlights. She's
You can, but you can
highlights.
create a highlight without resurrecting an old beef and playing to the expectations of the fans.
She's still holding on to the past. That's
anyway,
my view. But
I don't know.
At the end of the day, I just pray that
it's going to be a good show, though.
Those guys have finished eating everything. I just pray they win this week's wager because
already
they
already
they eat soup.
And Messi
is always complaining that they are using fish to cook food. Their fish is too much. It's like crayfish for everything. He even told Big Brother crawfish. Big Brother was like, what is crawfish? You know how
Messi is glowing in the house.
I know.
Every time I turn on my TV and I see Messi, I'm like, nah. If it is Hawaii skin, if it is whatever it is doing well on your skin. Because Messi went there. One time I saw a breakdown on one of these blogs, and they gave him a price tag for everything she wore. I think that day she wore low-waist glasses, she wore some Air Jordans, and then she wore, I think, Ashlock's jumper. Really I was like, my girl went into that house with 7 boxes. People think she came to play.
Somebody with a boutique, what do you expect? She has to look good.
I mean,
exactly.
And even in her first season, Messi was always giving the fashion.
She was like, "Oh my God, I'm looking for my Fendi earrings." Then Tulaban said,
"Oh, that day she had LV earrings on too."
Tulaban said, "What kind of Kim K?"
Anyways, this is an all-star season, and the content is already giving up. I mean, we have
Lebaye with 30 wigs. I was like, this year, if you are not having anything, you're not doing it.
And this year, all the personalities on the show, they are so big. So if you do not step up, you will be swallowed up.
See, everybody is big, but everybody's not big. Some people have not really got
We all know this.
The intimidation is there.
Exactly.
Especially like when they were reading their profile on the day first day.
I remember that
Alex's
one.
Profile was endless, and everybody.
And not only was Alex's profile endless, I love the way she presented it. It wasn't bragging, but she was like, "This is what I have done." And the next day,
her team actually unleashed her new Maverick brand.
I was like,
okay.
Not only do I love what Alex is doing in the house, the way she and Messi set up themselves for what is happening. The next day she unleashed Maverick, and also an ad that she did, and then on Messi's part,
the automobile team that she's actually working with, they also unleashed theirs.
And on Messi's part, they announced her as sponsors for a CC something, CRC something. Like, I love the setup that the preparation they went into the house with. Like, they're prepared both in the house and outside. So far, I'm really loving that. But Nana, before we wrap this up, let's talk about this. I have some people that I said they shouldn't have unpacked their bags.
Okay.
So for me, personally, I'm sorry if you're fans of these people. These are my personal opinions, you know.
Okay.
The people I feel should not have unpacked their bags is Ilebaye and Soma. You.
I'm not going to lie to you. I actually think it's a second chance, so they should do them.
We're not going to use votes and buffer their second chance. If they do not make us like it, we do not like it.
Truth. And to me, as I said, I was telling one of my cousins, I said, spoiler alert, I think tomorrow.
No, this is a fake eviction. So next week.
No, not fake eviction. I mean, tomorrow being Sunday, I know by all means there are going to be new housemates who are going to be joining.
Okay.
This is just not the end. I think it's just not as 20. An extra 5 or 3.
But before we talk about the extras, Nana, who do you think should not who do you think will go upper week after Sunday's show eviction?
Okay.
I say Ilebaye and Soma.
I'm going to do it based on not what I'm seeing now, but I'm going to do it based on before.
Fan base you had before you.
Most of you, because first of all, Princess has not even been active on socials. She hasn't. It's
Princess and who?
I feel like, okay, for me, Princess is the first housemate I think might leave. I just feel the weakest link.
Yeah, she is the weakest link.
And,
because
what's her name?
Ilebaye.
Can
I say something? I also feel Kid won't last as long as he thinks he will last.
Kid came to have fun. He didn't say he came to make money. He even told
but he said he'll share the money with you people now.
Fisi on the first day that let me give you the 120 million and then you leave.
I bet Kid should
leave
that thing.
But I don't think, to me personally, because even in one of his comments, he made a statement this week where he made a statement saying that his first edition, he didn't come for the show. He actually just came for a reality show.
Also, yeah, I understand that about him, but to be honest, why
for kid is vacation?
Since you are go to Greece and vacation, he should have left that space for who should he have left that space for? Self? Who did I expect? I don't know. Maybe even came and something.
When Ebuka was giving the how do we call it, the profile of he's bringing out his new song, blah blah. Guess who I thought was coming out?
Lakon.
I thought it was Lakon.
I thought so too.
Because I know Lakon has a new project.
And but he just finished his masters as well.
Exactly. So I was thinking was Lakon. And if Lakon had come to that house.
Lakon has a fan base now, we're talking.
Huge,
so anyways.
Genuine fan base, actually. There's a difference. Fan base. Yeah.
So based off of the people that I feel do not have a strong enough fan base and they may not be able to have a big enough personality to grab someone else's fan base, those are our predictions that they should not unpack their bags. And almost the first person that will go out, the dragging on social media, it will not be here. It will not be here. I just feel like
everybody should, first of all, these guys already made it. And I think it was a statement where Tasha, no disrespect, I love Tasha, but I also felt like, okay, when people were saying, oh, you're going to
and she said they didn't pay her enough.
Like, yo, Big Brother
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I respect everything Tasha has done, and she's actually doing very well, but Tasha is still very ratchet. That statement was uncalled for. Whether you like it or not, you were selling everything Tasha before, yes, but before Big Brother, girl, you were making videos with Cucumber, so please do not play. Big Brother gave you that platform, and then you knew what to do with it, and then you blew up with it. But she is so freaking ungrateful. Like, I cannot, and her fans will be defending it and cheering on. I'm like, what are you even saying?
I was like, you guys should for once,
like, the fact that you are a fan of someone does not mean that you cannot think logically. Please. See, this season of Big Brother Naija, in as much as I want to enjoy the social media conversation, do not go on social media and be talking out of the other parts of your body. You know what I'm talking about.
Year,
like, reason well, please. Reason.
Most of these fights are jealousy. Like,
and most of these fights, those people will be coming there to give us content, like Sissy has said.
I actually thought Messi was very close, because I've been seeing most of her videos.
Messi was very close with who?
Well, Alex, because I used to see one of the videos, but I know Alex is very close to Tasha. She's more closer to Tasha. So
but we've talked about this thing now. You can know somebody and not be.
Even Perry was saying that he has hung out with everybody, but he hasn't hung out with Alex. So seeing her for the first time, he's now getting to know her and everything.
Anyways, we've talked about the people that we think will soon go. Yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about Big Brother Naija every week. Yes, exactly. I know it is too early to say, Nana, but who do you think will make top 5? Sure. I know it's still too early to say, because this is a big cast.
I cannot predict. I know Messi is going to be in top 5. No matter what. Man.
See, I feel like all the women on this season will do
next week.
No, let's 2-3 weeks down the line.
You know why I'm saying that? I still feel people are coming on the show.
Okay, you have a point.
So that's why.
But whatever the case may be, one thing as far as I'm concerned is sure that the queen of highlights is going to be in the finals, and that's on period.
Yeah. And Ebuka was looking so good as usual, killing it for us. The pink though, this season is pink.
Ebuka was still in his Barbie mode during the opening. Yeah, so yeah, the pink was good.
Let's move on to the next one.
All right. Let me drink water.
Okay.
That was a very beautiful conversation.
That's why I'm like,
I'm so proud of us.
I feel like on your rants, this one that you're actually going to be doing, I think you should actually do Big Brother, having 2 of your friends or people come open it. Like,
can I tell you something? I have that in plan, but I didn't know the first friend I'll start with, and I had you in mind, but I didn't know if you would want to come.
Please.
All right, the next story on our social media trends, Nana, this one is one that I haven't spoken about this story. Funny enough, it's been on social media for like all through this week. I haven't posted anything about it. Okay. I haven't said anything because I didn't know how I'll adequately say my mind without sounding somehow, but I think I want to do it on CHATCIRCLE.
Particular religious.
Exactly. Anyways, Davido is in hot water for his music video that he did with his new signee Logos Olori for a scene showing people praying in front of a mosque. And you know, we've all seen the video. If you have not seen it, we'll be playing it for you. I don't know where you were during the week. Anyway, the video eventually got pulled down, and he recently just unfollowed his aide, Israel DMW, for apologizing on his behalf. So everybody had so much to say, especially the Muslim community. Even the actor Ali Nuhu condemned Davido, posted a video of Davido, put a red X over it, and condemned the action in the post that is now deleted. There was also uproars in the north where we saw people burning banners of Davido's face. That one was really silly, because I'm like, did you people just pay money to make banner to burn, or the banner was just laying down there? Does he even want to come there? But that's another story. So yeah, this whole thing was a really, really big thing. It is still a big thing, because the Muslim community is still asking him for a formal apology. And I know we've talked about things like this on this show before. Remember the thing with Gangs of Lagos and the masquerade thing? We have talked about this. So before we even get into this conversation, I want to make it clear. One thing, make it clear, because it's very important. I do not care for the whole conversation that pits Muslim against Christian. I do not care for it. However, in this particular instance, I feel that it is necessary, well, I feel like I want to say it, because I find that personally, I'm always quick to go on social media when a pastor does something or something. I'm always quick to go on social media, and I'll like say, you know, I condemn it, even though I am still a Christian. Doesn't still stop me from being a Christian. But when it comes to someone from the Muslim community doing something, we kind of walk on eggshells around it. So again, still, this conversation is not a conversation of pitting the two religions against each other, but we have to speak frankly.
Okay.
So
can we actually talk about what Wale Soyinka actually said?
No, before we even go to, I feel like before let's talk about it.
All right. So for what Wale Soyinka actually said, that according to him, he said Davido does not owe Muslims an apology, and I think over the controversial music video of his signee, then he actually had to take us all the way back with Deborah. What happened with the statement that she actually what happened?
She just said an offhanded statement on WhatsApp. She wasn't even abusing the Quran. She just said, and then let me know.
So through that alone, he also felt like they didn't come and apologize after what they did and everything. Okay, so that is one. So now let's have this conversation about this.
Before you even round it up, he also mentioned something, and he also accused the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, of making derogatory comments against Christians in the past and was never asked to apologize. So let's talk.
All right, now, for instance, we actually have a lot of artists who have been called out for all this religious
or sometimes we didn't even call them out. We ignored because we understood that it's not that deep.
So most people have actually gone, like, for instance, on socials, a lot of people actually went on some few videos that now, if you bring it down to Ashake, who is a Muslim Christian, if I should put it that way.
No, he's a Yoruba Muslim.
Yoruba Muslim. Okay, that's why I said Muslim Christian. Now, Yoruba Muslim and everything. Now, for Ashake, he created a church. They built a church in that video.
We don't know if it was an actual church or
a cross.
A cross. And we know cross is also our symbol.
And he even entered with a goat.
A goat.
You understand?
A goat, man.
You understand? Now, that is one.
Nobody said anything.
Exactly. Now,
we didn't even...
Now, people praying in front of a mosque. My question is, when did it become... Like, when did it get wrong?
Like, what exactly is riling people up? Where is the disrespect?
We walk in front of him. We've walked in front of a mosque before. Have you not drove in front of a mosque before? Or are people not supposed to do anything?
The mosque in Abu Dhabi, we go there for sightseeing. Just so long as you dress respectfully.
So my question is, these people that were praying, were they dressed indecently? Were they showing some part of their bodies that they're not supposed to show?
Were they abasing the place?
So we are trying to understand where the problem is trying to come from.
I will say something here.
Even bringing down to what our professor said, he did have a point. First of all, I'm even angry with Israel. Yo, dude, who asked you?
Israel is always doing too much. Israel is always doing too much. He pulled down the video.
The manager said, don't say anything right now. You go and mess things up. Like, you always doing too much. I just wish Davido will cut him off this time around finally, because the boy did do too much. But anyway, we are not going to talk about him. The guy in trouble. You're making it look like
we are not even going to be talking about him. Now, I'm going to bring it down, because at least I pride myself to be someone who tries to put her legs in other people's shoe, right? So I'm trying to look at it both ways. So, when Ashake made a video inside a church and he went into church with a goat, we didn't say anything. I saw a comment on social media that said, but is church not a place where people laugh and dance? And I've seen several other comments that keep making this insinuation that we don't respect our religion enough. We can afford to overlook some things, but them they cannot afford to overlook some things. So that means there should be a public lynching. This is my problem. It is not that, as personally speaking for myself, personally as a Christian, it is not that there are not certain things that people do against this religion that I see as wrong. But what is the point of me going on social media and calling for people that if you step foot in my city, that I have this church and that I'm going to kill you? What is the point? If for instance, when, what's her name? Tony Lawani was busy doing the whole thing with the non-outfit, and I saw it as very distasteful. Like, it's very distasteful. Like, why? You could be creative along that, using symbolisms from the church without making it look distasteful. But that doesn't mean if I see Tony Lawani, I will spit on her and say, oh, it doesn't really make a sense. So it's not like we do not value our religion so much. It's just the fact that we do recognize in our religion that there is no need to call for a public lynching. And there is no need to ask someone to publicly apologize. What if they don't mean the apology? You people just want apology for the sake of apology. Like, what if they don't... First of all, what if they don't genuinely think that they did something wrong? The apology doesn't make sense then.
The video. And also, another thing I think is, before somebody does a video, the person asks permission for whoever is.
Let's even leave the permission aspect.
I don't think,
because we do know. Let's even leave the permission aspect, because we do know that some of these artists, sometimes they do things to sensationalize.
No. For this part, I don't think the video will just wake up and go and do something in front of a mosque.
There has to have been a reason.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. There has to be somebody who asks, okay, fine, it's allowed. Artists make research. Artists like Davido make research. They figure out, okay, how should our video look like? What should go into it? Who are we supposed to be?
Make research.
No, I'm not like a huge Davido fan, but I know that some certain things artists like that, they do.
I will also say this.
I just feel like this is just, I feel like sentimental. It's just people who are just trying to be like, fine.
You keep trying to have division.
It shows that Christianity is peaceful. No disrespect. I'm just saying Christianity is
because we're not going to
welcoming. Because I don't think Christians have ever attacked anybody that, okay, what you did, blah blah blah, and those kind of stuff.
And then we publicly kill somebody the way Deborah was killed. If we have done it, please, I want to be corrected if it has ever happened. If we've ever seen an act, okay, like all these things that Sam Smith has been doing, I do not like it. But I will not go and publicly.
I saw somebody that I love his music. I don't care whatever he does with his body.
I'm not going to publicly, you know. Okay, sorry to also, I know this conversation is getting long, but sorry to bring BTS into this, but I'm going to bring it in because this is something that also happened recently. So recently, offhandedly, a Twitter user who is a BTS fan just said, I think we should start referring to BTS songs and add like Bible verses. And then she said something like a line of one of their songs, Future's Gonna Be Okay, and then reference D-Day. That's the name of the song, D-Day 0.0, where the song starts to be the point. I looked through the comment. To me, I saw it, and the first thing I was like, oh my God, this is funny, it's fun. But I looked through the comments, and I saw another army who is Muslim, who now started arguing, was now saying, no, I don't think the Christians would like this. You people should not do this. And I saw other Christians, including myself. Hold on. I saw other Christians, including myself. We now said, I'm a Christian. Someone came and said, I'm a Jew, and I don't think this is... It's not offensive to me, stated their reasons why. And personally, I think this thing was just something the person said in fun. It wasn't to even make jest of the situation. Another person said, I'm a Catholic, I'm this. And I personally also said, I understand why you are trying to have sentiments for us. But I am telling you, do not have sentiments for us because we are okay with the issue. Do not carry it on top of your head. No. Now, another thing he now said, the person now said, because she kept arguing, she or he, I don't know, she now said, okay, it's fine, but she would advise rather that armies, that's BTS fans who are not Christians, should not do this trend. I'm like, girl, everybody's so sentimental about everything. We just wanted to have fun. Yeah, and at the end of the day, I did my own Bible verse.
This Bible verse thing you're talking about, I think streetwise, they've brought something. I think there was a time that some people started with the whole thou shalt hustle, blah blah blah. Then they'll bring a street code and then everybody will laugh about it. So I think
we shout and say that they are using Bible language? We do not own thou shalt.
At the end of the day, I just feel like each religion should just respect themselves and also
respect human life.
Right? Because the last time I checked, it's just the only difference is the names. Allah, Jesus Christ, God, whatever. But I feel like what people are supposed to pay attention to is, what does this scripture teaches us? Love. What does it actually teaches us? Patience.
Both religions teach kindness.
Exactly. The question is, do we have it? you're always against this, against that, and it's
uproar
just
this, uproar
exactly,
that.
it's just too much. It's getting out of hand now.
And
This
it's
is just music. It's fun, and by the end of the day, I'm still boiling down that, are we trying to say that these guys, people did not tell them that it's okay for you to use their, let's be real, even when you want to go on a road to do shoot a video, they ask for permission, they close down the road, you pay for it.
I understand that that's your point, Nana, but I'm not even going to hammer on that, because let's be frank, I personally think that most of our artists, sometimes they don't do enough research, so I'm not even going to be talking about that.
I mean, my spirit,
he may just have, somebody in the team may just have said, we're going to do inside. He may not have even done a single
there's no
research.
way you enter a Muslim community, just like a Yoruba community.
What if those are not actually Muslims? They were just wearing the jalabia thing.
There's nothing anybody can change my mind about.
My own is not even about Davido support. My own is about the public uproar, because all these things, if he comes to do concerts, we're stoning him. He should not land in the airport.
I just feel like Davido is going to apologize. He's just going to apologize to you, maybe because he kept quiet for too long.
Davido will say, I'm unavailable.
He's unavailable.
I mean, Davido is busy dealing with baby mama that doesn't want to go away. Oh, he cannot.
That one is very dramatic.
That's another story entirely.
I know.
But anyways, like I said earlier, to wrap this whole entire conversation up, this is not about, I have awesome friends that are Muslims. Hate to be that person to pull that as a card. Yeah. And I also have awesome friends that are Christians. And I also know bad friends that are Muslims, and I also have bad friends that are Christians. Good day for both sides, bad day for both sides. So can we not always make everything be is either this or this or this or like let's just like chill. This Nigeria know how rich una side. Why una they uproar. At the end of the day, when you finish this uproar, even the fuel that you want to pour on him and burn is 617 naira.
Who is doing more cleaning now? Nobody has time. Like seriously, if you catch a tea, let's take the person to. I'm not wasting my fuel on you.
Nana, please, be like, I've talked too much. Take us into the next story. Oh, this one is a funny one.
Okay, this next story, okay, I know growing up, I basically watch movies and we see alien ships.
E.T.
Yeah, thank you. And we're like, okay, they don't understand the language. They speak some different kind of language. I know some of you have an idea of what aliens look like. That's what they show.
Extraterrestrials, according to Demi Lovato.
Today's story, guess what? They're actually in our news right now. Now,
yesterday.
Exactly. All right, so a former U.S. intelligence official testified on Wednesday at a House Oversight Committee hearing about unidentified aerial phenomena. Now, 3 former military officials told Congress on Wednesday that they believe the government knows much more about UFOs than it's telling the public.
Nah. I saw this. I was in the middle of something when this news broke, but in the back of my eye, I was seeing, I said, what are they talking about? Aliens, did one land? Like, the whole thing is so funny to me. But then again, I feel it confirms what everybody has been thinking.
But when I saw it trending on, I know you're going to continue with the story, but when I saw it trending on socials, people are panicking, and I'm still wondering, how can I also panic? Because I'm wondering.
It not concern you.
Exactly. I'm wondering how I'm going to panic. But please, I beg, just ask more on this.
All right. So a House Oversight Committee held this hearing on UFOs, officially known as Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, or UAPs, and heard mystifying testimony about unexplained object sightings and government's possession of non-human biological matter. So lawmakers on the committee, baffled by some of the testimony, repeatedly noted that UAP sightings are an issue of bipartisan concern and raised national security questions. Separately, some accused the federal government of endeavoring to conceal key UFO-related information from the public, though they did not provide evidence to support this allegation. So, to wrap this all up, there are certain points that you should note. We all know about what aliens are in all the movies that we see. Sometimes when they come to take over our world and destroy us and then start living in our skin or in place of us. So the point that this official, that's David Grush, made note of was this. Number one, that government is absolutely in possession of UAPs.
Okay.
He said it with, on no certain terms that they are in possession of it. He also said that non-biologicals were found at the crash site. And then he said that some of these things that there's one he mentioned that he didn't particularly see it, but there's something that him and his wife saw. And he shook them up, but he cannot mention it because it is classified. Nana, I don't know why you're not afraid, but me, I had chills.
No,
Body won't came out from my body.
I grew up watching Aliens and everything, and there's this
So you have been,
of me, like,
you have been desensitized. You think it's too
Yeah.
fiction.
it's too fiction for me.
Nah.
So
As I'm talking to you, I'm going to be digging my underground when they
So
come.
wait, I'm coming. At this moment, everybody is worried. Where people going?
To be very frank, let me be actually, I don't think everybody's worried. We're more or less like cruising, because I saw someone say, so there are aliens. How would this information concern me? If they're not giving me a day off tomorrow at work, it doesn't concern me. Anyways, please, another point to note, he said, officials must establish a safe and transparent reporting process. He wants the public to be put in the know what the governments are allegedly hiding. He wants everybody to know, like, let's know where to stand in case he wants to scatter.
Yeah.
But the good thing is it will start scattering from there before he gets down to Africa, before he even gets down to Nigeria, before he even gets down to you.
Exactly.
Peace out. I will not be there.
Where will you go?
My underground. Did I not tell you I was digging one?
Okay, you know use visa to go there now after all.
Anyways, another point to note he made was that there is stigma associated with these sightings. So it silences possible witness. We've all know this one.
Yeah.
That when people, if you come out and say you saw something, and they look at you like you have two heads,
Exactly.
like you are the alien.
Exactly.
So that makes sense to me. I can see a situation. He really said that people like pilots, he knows a lot of pilots have, in classified testimonies, they've seen it, like people like pilots, people who are constantly in there. He really made that one clear. He also said UFO spotted accelerating to supersonic speeds. So David Fravor, a former Navy commander, these are one of the people that testified alongside with Grush. He said that he and 3 of his fellow military pilots spotted a white tic-tac shaped object in 2004, hovering below their jets and just above the Pacific Ocean. He told the committee that the technology he and his team encountered defies logical explanation. This man said that when he saw the thing, it came close to them, then it disappeared. And then 60, I think it's a few seconds after, he saw it again, but it was like 60 miles away. That's where the supersonic speed comes in. And then he said this to end this story, I quote, he said, "The technology we faced is far superior to anything we had," Fravor claimed, "and there is nothing we can do about it." Nothing. How are you not afraid, Nana? Because it may sound like something out of a movie, but you know how people will say things like, they tell you a truth, but the truth is so wild that you don't think it can't possibly be the truth. Me, I'm choosing to believe everybody.
Well, I think probably when it gets to Africa or Nigeria, then I can now think about worrying. But for now, it's in the white man. The other one's always digging things and finding what's going on. So for now, but the only thing is, for those of you who you're actually panicking and you're worried and you want to be on the safe side, precaution, just go and look for most of these old alien movies. Or
not even old alien movies. New alien movies.
Those are Gen Z aliens. You don't understand what you're talking about. You're talking about old aliens. Go for ET and the rest. You know all the tricks about aliens, how to
I am going to be looking at the newer alien movies, the one that have technology. You see, that man said that the technology they had, I'm going to look at the ones that, no.
Lately, how many
if this thing happens,
they will have lately?
How many ones?
Do we have more alien movies lately?
I can't remember the names now, but for sure we have alien movies.
Just as we are saying, just go and do your research.
Yeah.
So that at least you know how to handle, the language to speak with them. Unfortunately, we still can't speak their languages.
All right. Moving on from that whole discussion, we are now going to talk about celebrity relationships that seem to come to an end. I want to say as usual, but I don't want to say it.
I don't even know the English you use. I think it was just a normal feeling.
It was just a normal feeling.
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised.
I'm feeling the same way. Anyways, Ariana Grande is divorcing from her husband of 2 years, Dalton Gomez, and she has been reported to be dating her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater. So this news broke in July that she is divorcing from her husband, and immediately we heard that she is, with Ethan. So we didn't know that this separation from doubt on has been going on for a long time, especially since she has been shooting Wicked. You know, yeah, we'll get to that. But she's shooting this Wicked. She's shooting it in London, so she's not really spending time in the States. So apparently they've been separated for like 6 months. But the recent news was now that less than a week after the news of her own divorce broke, it was now announced that Ethan is also divorcing his wife that he had a baby with last year, Lily J. And the information is saying that they were already separated before he got with Ariana, but the internet has a lot to say about it. It's just when she got married to that guy, they knew themselves in peak COVID period, so they were just doing indoor love. They didn't really do, and then they just real deal came out. And then they just had this quiet, calm wedding, which was really, really cool and nice. I mean, we are not in their
actually
family,
didn't see
so
that
we
one
didn't
come.
know.
The whole breakup thing, just like I didn't really see.
Like her marriage is not
wedding or
breakup.
Also breaking up. So
the thing is, her marriage and her relationship and her marriage is not really on the forefront of anything, so we didn't really pay attention to it. But anyways, we don't know. We're not in their lives, so we don't know if
like secret weddings. That's
if they got together.
I'm still like a huge fan of the Beavers. No, it's still a friend. No, I'm just saying, I'm still a huge fan.
We don't know whether the timeline of their relationship, we don't really know because we're not there. I love the way Vogue reported this story after they outlined the whole timeline, and then they now did a final subtitle. But do we care about this thing? And they said no. With a love emoji.
Way we actually talking
same
about
way we
it,
feel about it. Like we're talking about it, but at the end of the day, concern me.
Exactly.
The guy is Ariana still has more money than I have. Let me not say I'll ever have because I can't speak that
into the future.
But yeah, so let us also move on to another one. Now, this one shocked me till I read the comments. So Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mother, in case you don't know who Tina Knowles is also divorcing from her husband of 8 years, actor Richard Larson. Nah, I didn't see this one coming, especially with everything that is going on around it. So she got married to him, obviously, after leaving Beyonce's dad. And they've been looking like, a nice couple. I've been seeing them go on these couple trips with all these other older couples. And I was like, okay, things are fine. But when I went into the comments, that's when I realized that people said there's a particular interview that they did and Tina was kind of disrespectful towards him, but he just overlooked it. And they said that how can they fumble this relationship? Apparently, this man went after her for decades. Like he's the one who, I think he's the lover in this thing. And then they divorced, but they kind of like social media is kind of on the side that Tina she didn't match up to him. One person said that Tina is happening, going place, keeping up with her daughter, and he's like lukewarm coffee.
Her daughter.
No, the person said that Richard is like lukewarm coffee. I was like, but I kind of get.
So that means now Richard is going to be that. Oh, I'm the former stepfather to
Please,
Beyonce.
nobody's doing all that one. You should not put my Beyonce in this.
It's the former stepfather to Beyonce.
All right, to wrap up our entire social media trends on our show today, we are talking about Messi now. We're going to, the football world. If you're under a rock, everybody knew he debuted in Inter Miami, which is a club co-owned by David Beckham in the United States. So Argentine star Lionel Messi curled in a stunning stoppage time free kick on his Inter Milan debut to clinch a 2-1 victory against the Mexican side Cruz Azul. Messi, 36, struck in the 4th minute of added time as his major league scorer side won the league's cup tie. So did you see the pictures? The first game he played, I think that was Saturday, the last Saturday our show aired, that was the first game he played. Yeah. So there was like, I saw the celebrities, Kim was there with the son, LeBron James was there, Serena was there, Camila Cabello was there.
All right, so the 20,000 capacity crowd included celebrities such as basketball star LeBron James, tennis legend Serena Williams, and of course, our favorite, Kim K.
Whose favorite?
Our favorite, Kim K. But just as he said, we wanted to start like this by giving these people a victory. We knew that it was very important for us to start this championship in winning fashion. Luckily, we're able to do it in the end, and I'm very happy. This is actually by Messi.
By Messi. I think they had a whole lot of fun in Miami that weekend because we're hearing there were smoke bombs in the pink color. The color of the club is pink. Were let off behind the goal at the stadium in Fort Lauderdale. from fans ran onto the pitch to celebrate his goal. I mean, Americans don't even know anything about football. We know they run inside stadium when they score a back before they could be led away by security. It continued, it continued the party atmosphere starting on Sunday, where he was officially unveiled in front of the fans in another capacity crowd in South Florida. Now, that was his first game. He has also gone on to play a second game, scoring 2 goals and assisting with another 2 to secure a win against club side Atlanta United. His second goal in his second match with the club is reported to have set a new Guinness World Record after it became the most watched live event in the history of United States. The video has reportedly garnered over 3.4 billion views, another milestone set by the 36-year-old superstar following his move to MLS this summer from PSG. So he has now scored 3 goals in his first 2 appearances for the David Beckham co-owned team since completing his move to the Floridans. I'm happy for him. I mean, he's at the end of his career, but I was very surprised because, I mean, I knew about this football club and that David Beckham owned it when it opened, literally from the first time. I think I remember seeing him post when they started building, that stadium, but I didn't know they had enough money to carry Messi. So when I now saw Messi is debuting there, I went and checked how much the club is worth, and it's about $3-something billion. So I was like, okay, they have the capacity. And I like the fact that a player of his caliber is going to the United States because, like I said earlier, they don't really do football there. Their own is the other American football. So let them go and see the game. Because me, I don't understand that their football. Let them go and see game. And there's another person from PSG there with him, so he's feeling at home. And I mean, he's already breaking Guinness World Records, as we do, Nigerians and Messi. That is it today for our social media trends. Stick with us because we have a very, very, very interesting highlight segment coming. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Chat Circle. So for our highlights today, we are doing something a little bit differently, I think, about it. I think we usually always do it anyways, our personal highlights. So I'm going to start with my personal highlights. I want to read it because the fact in this thing is blowing my mind. Again, if you have been under a rock, everybody has seen the Barbie movie marketing that they have done. So I am here to tell you the results. So now, Barbie Mania. Barbie surpassed $400 million global box office through Monday, topping the other film, which was kind of like coming out the same time, Oppenheimer, which was made 200 million. So Barbie debuted on July 21 to a historic 162 million opening weekend domestically, meaning the US, coming in way ahead of the anticipated 90 to 110 million, and perhaps even more remarkably surpassing its 146 million production budget. They made the movie. I don't need to explain these things. I know our audience, they know what I'm talking about. But what I'm trying to say is in the first weekend, Barbie has already made more than the production money. Not only has it made more than the production money, the publicity budget for the movie was also 150 million. Do you understand that, Nana? Like the publicity budget for Barbie was bigger than the production budget.
Oh, okay, when you're done talking.
The marketing has been insane. So it has already exceeded that.
I'm not really surprised. My reason being that I don't know about certain people. First of all, when Little Mermaid actually came out, these are childhood Disney stuff that we all watched when we were kids. I'm just saying, we all watched when we were kids, and a lot of us fantasized and really loved it. So the fact that these things get to come into reality, as
we want to see what they'll do with it.
Now, bringing down to Barbie, just like I think in one of Nicki Minaj interviews where she was talking about the fact that she never could afford a Barbie, but growing up now she could actually afford it, and the chance that she's able to watch it.
And somebody like Nicki Minaj, sorry to cut you in, somebody like Nicki Minaj, the team said that they specifically reached out to her for that song. She was one of the artists they really wanted to have on their soundtrack. So things like that is what.
So
but
something like this for me, I'm not really
surprised
about
the marketing was so good.
Exactly, it was amazing, and of course we would want to see a real life Ken or a real life Barbie.
But But just to wrap this up, these are some of the things they did for their marketing that really shot the movie up. They had a website that made custom Barbie posters. We all saw that this Barbie wants to
In
be.
Dubai, they had a Barbie image that could actually walk.
They had in front of, I think it was the Burj Khalifa, they had like a huge, it was crazy. They also had a progressive insurance partnership. And then have you seen that life-size Barbie house in LA that you can see from the sky? Like you can, no, you didn't see the picture.
No, I didn't.
Nana, you need to see. Like an actual house, big and pink, that people went to, and you could actually put it on Airbnb. Nana, you could book it and sleep in it for one day. Chris, what's his name? John Legend's wife, Chrissy Teigen, went there and stayed with her kids. Like that's the kind of thing they did. That was crazy to me. So that was the Airbnb partnership to create a lifestyle replica of Barbie's Malibu dream house. They had a Burger King collaboration on a pink burger. So it has paid off definitely. And they report that this movie has had the best opening weekend in 2023 in the US so far. So that's my personal highlight. I have not watched the movie yet, funny enough, but I'm going to watch it this weekend. I'm going to watch it. I think we should. Yeah. I mean, there's another side of the controversy about the movie and how they treated men, but we're not going to talk about that because we're not going to talk about that.
Have your own highlights.
I feel it's again over sensationalized, but what's your personal highlight?
Well, anyway, another one for me, my personal highlight is Adekunle Gold. Dude is actually killing it in the music industry, and the fact that we all know very well that he just revealed the artist in his much anticipated 5th album, which is Tequila Ever After.
It's Tequila.
Yes, Tequila Ever After, exactly. And he had people like Pharrell Williams, like having the legend Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell Williams is the producer to end all producers, period.
And having him on your project is everything right now. And also Simi, his wife. I think I saw a video.
Yeah, they posted a clip of what they did.
Both of them working together. We also had Khalid.
Is it Khalid from Location?
Yes,
Khalid, the guy. Oh, that guy is good.
Khalid.
Oh, they're going to sound so good together.
Exactly. We also had Emi Faku and then also Odumadu Black. These are people that when we talk about good music, they're the real definition of good music.
I know that this Odumadu Black, people have been really talking about him, but I don't know him actually.
Okay.
Is he not like in the league of these new musicians?
I wouldn't want to
like
say
a viral musician,
new, but I think his sound is more or less like these guys, Caveman, and a bit of mixture of others. So I think that
that's a unique sound.
Yeah, unique sound. And let's be real. Even let me take us back to Big Brother. The housemates were, and Adekunle was even saying it that how do you call it? Adekunle Gold's sound lately is everything. If we should I've always been a fan. We should take him way back. His kind of music.
It's very nice.
Now, like
he's getting the recognition even more.
Jude is
Have you seen the video he's doing for the promotion? This is another promotion that is doing very well with the women. He did the one with the women, different people. I don't know if he got them to do it for free or it's paid, but whoever gave him that idea.
See, all we are trying to say is shout outs to these guys, putting us on the map. Like, I mean, I can't wait for this project to happen.
Now you've made me excited about it. Before I wasn't excited, but I'm now excited about it.
Excited.
All right. My final personal highlight for today, which I insisted, I told our producer that I was going to talk about it. Yes. Is okay. I'm going to read it because I don't want to talk too much. So another personal highlight for me today is the Billboard music chart, and of course about BTS. So Jungkook, one of the BTS members, made an all kill on the charts this last week of the tracking week. So he was number 1 on the Hot 100 Billboard chart. This is a chart that tracks music activities that happens within the USA. You know, that's the same chart that Wizkid made, I think, number 7 in 2022, number 7 with Essence. And Rema is still doing amazingly on that chart. This same week that Jungkook was number 1, Rema and Calm Down with Selena Gomez is still number 5. I think last week it was number 3. Like, Rema is killing it on that chart.
Nice.
So anyways, Jungkook made an all kill. What that means is he was number 1 on the Hot 100. He was number 1 on the Billboard 200. They have 2 Billboard 200 charts. One that is global and one that is excludes the USA. He was #1 on both. And he is the first K-pop solo artist to make an all-kill across all 3 charts like this. And also his group BTS, that the only other South Korean group, not the group, because I think the Beatles should have done it before, but as a group, like he has made this all-kill as a solo artist and as a group. But not only is Jungkook #1 on the music chart, he's also #1 on the New York Best Time Seller list for their book that they released to celebrate their 10th year anniversary. Madude is #1 on that list. Also, again, the first Korean to ever get to the top of that, like artist or not, the first Korean to ever get on top of that list. Nobody in the music industry has topped the music chart and also topped a chart like prestigious as the New York Best Time Seller. He's the only one to do. I mean, I did my research. The only person that would have come close to do it in the same week, not like I'm saying they've not done it, but do it in the same week, is Madonna and Michael Jackson, but they didn't quite do it. And yeah, so it's been a good week for BTS fans. We have been enjoying very well.
Yes, you guys have. So congratulations to you guys on that one.
Congratulations.
That's a big one.
If you do not know any song about BTS, please check out 7 by Jungkook. Let me learn before they start promoting too much. Nana, please take us out though.
So we're actually going to be taking you out with BTS. Of course, the song she just
I love that. Please,
actually do.
James, our producer, please play
for
us.
That's the song we're actually going to be ending. And really been an amazing time with each and every one of you. I had fun. You had fun.
Nana, I had a whole lot of fun.
Yeah. Even our favorite person, behind the scene, and then we see you. You had fun too.
He was literally smiling at us. Also, I was like, can you allow me to talk? But he was just smiling. I was just catching.
You guys, we're actually going to give you more of the exclusive on the BBNaija. Just tune in every Saturday on this show at 6 p.m. We got you covered. We'll be giving you back-to-back posts, everything that is happening in the house.
Nana has got you covered. And I am Asian Good.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bye.
And go see Barbie, okay?
Yeah, go see Barbie too.